Hello and welcome to Shamrock Rovers Fan TV. Now today I'm my match reaction to Shamrock Rovers 0, St Patrick's Athletic 0. Now it was the same result as the last game against St Pat's 0-0. St Pat's played really well. You have to give them loads of credit. They were absolutely super. But I thought Rovers played really well, and I know Rovers are a big club. You wouldn't want to be drawn with St Pat's. But if you looked how they played, we got a good point. Now obviously it's disappointing, but it didn't really matter. It keeps our unbeaten run going, which is always good. Now the squad was different, and everyone knew it was going to be different. Now Greenberg came off holding his ankle, went straight down the tunnel very early on, which was very worrying. But Jack Byrne came on and had a great game. It was annoying because I would have loved if Graham could, play the rest of that game and be a big part of the title lifting. Now he was obviously, it wasn't just the injury that killed it, and he still wasn't part of it, but it would have been great if he could play it the whole game. But Jack did brilliant coming on. Manis did absolutely super because Pats had some big chances, couple of corners that he collected. I thought Manis was brilliant. It's just to top off, it wasn't the last game, but it was very close to the end of the season. It's to top off these few games are going to top off a brilliant season for every single player on the team. Lafferty came back, which was great. He came on and didn't have loads to do, but wasn't bad. It was good. He was okay. Now it was different because normally in football the home team normally have most possession for the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but it wasn't like that. It was very even. It wasn't a slow defensive game. It was attacking it. Both teams had to dig in, which Rovers dug in and did brilliant. Same with St Patrick's Athletic. Now Rovers lifted the title after, as I said, and it was brilliant. It was such a good feeling seeing Rovers win it 18 times now. Ireland's number one. It was very good seeing Ronan Finn stand up on the podium with the trophy. It was great, and it was good to see every single player get it, because they all completely deserve it, each and every one of them. I also think it was great seeing players like Rory Gaffney and Greg Bulger get their medal, as they did deserve it, and people would say they don't deserve it, they didn't play, they were injured, but I think they deserve it. Every player played their part, whether they started every game, started no games, every player played their part. And a big well done to Stephen Bradley and his backroom staff. They've had a tremendous season, and they've really changed this football club around. The brilliant players he's brought in and the brilliant players he's made, his fans were calling for him out, and it could have been too early, but things weren't going well. But he's changed his whole football club around. And when I say around, not that we were always bad or we always weren't a title-winning team, but we've had a good group of players always. Just not much was happening with them, but he's formed a brilliant squad. It turned the football club around that we weren't challenging 2011, 2012, 2013. They were the years, and then we started to slack off a bit. But we're back now, and I think we're going to not dominate the league, but we'll be challenging for years to come. Sean Kavanagh, I want to mention him because I thought he was very good. Had a lot of throw-ins to take, was very good with them. Sean Kavanagh is always good, and it's brilliant to have him back. Now, I think we'll have a fully fit Sean Kavanagh raring to go next season, and it's frightening for other teams when you see Sean Kavanagh raring to go, fully fit. And when he's in form, he's superb. Now, Rovers did get a goal, which was offside, and I think it was very, very close. It was quite close, but it was offside, as I said, very close. It was a good finish, but the keeper didn't really try, Clark, because he knew it was offside. Joey O'Brien also got a red card. Now, it was second yellow, fair enough, but if it was a straight red, it was a no, because he wasn't the last man back, and the referee did say he was the last man back, which I think was wrong, but anyway, it was a red card because it was a second yellow. But Joey's had a tremendous season, and it really didn't, that red card didn't fit in with the way he's played this year. Now, for my man of the match, for the first time this season, I'm not giving it to a Rovers player. Now, I'm giving it to Lee Desmond, who was the SSE Electricity League man of the match, but I'm not copying them or anything. He was superb. He was brilliant, Lee Desmond, the whole game. If I was to pick a Rovers player, I'd probably go Alamanis. He was tremendous the whole game. Rory Feely was also very good, and Ian Birmingham and Pat's defenders were brilliant in their midfielders. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe just before we end the video. To remind you, Rovers are champions. Come on the Hoops!